Check in on some breaking news out of Fort Worth that we are getting this afternoon. As we understand it, there is an emergency situation at the Sandman Hotel in Fort Worth. This is on Houston Street. You can see some pictures here now coming to us from HD Chopper 8. You see some debris there in the middle of the street. We see quite a few emergency workers moving about there as well. The best that we've been able to discern so far is that this is some kind of a gas explosion. As you just saw there on your screen, reports of multiple injuries. We don't know the severity of those injuries. We are getting very little information on this at this point, only to say that we have heard of a suspected gas explosion there at the Sandman Hotel in Fort Worth at Houston Street. You don't see a lot of activity on that street, obviously, other than the emergency workers there, because as you would imagine, they are no doubt shutting off different streets around that hotel. It looks like a significant amount of damage, at least there in the street. You can see what looks to be part of a facade there almost to the bottom of your screen there that is laying on that sidewalk there. And it looks like we've got pieces of insulation and then some smaller pieces, perhaps shattered windows as well there. And you can see on those bottom two floors, especially the wraparound there around that building, it looks like we've got some compromised windows there. But you can see emergency crews there. You know, if you can look between the trees there as they're kind of making their way across that street. They are out there at least doing some work at this point. We don't see, ambulances and people being rushed away and that sort of thing. So surreal scene coming to us there out of Fort Worth. Again, this is the Sandman Hotel there on Houston Street. We had heard of multiple injuries, as you just saw there on your screen. But at this point, again, we do not know the severity of those injuries or what types of injuries those are. But certainly a difficult situation there at that hotel that crews are responding to right now. It is hard to get an idea of the scale of this response just because we're getting into these buildings there in downtown Fort Worth. And so, we may have emergency crews staged all up and down these different roads and so forth, but you just can't see all of them like you normally would when we're talking about, let's say, a grass fire and we've got a big open field where you can see all the vehicles parked and all of the different personnel. We're going to keep on working to get more information on what is happening there, and we will bring that to you here in the next few minutes. As we are looking into that, let's check in with